folks, welcome back. So here we are, July 27th of 2022, and we got the loop plan here. And while it's going, something I've been waiting for, or something I've been kind of wondering about, has finally happened. And it's a little hard to see, but I'll point it out here in a few minutes here. But this is a pretty significant event, and when I point it out, I think you'll see and you'll understand what I mean. So, we're always reporting on these objects coming out. We got them coming out here, going up there, all these objects coming out. And I was wondering, when are we ever going to see one of these objects come halfway out, stop, and then go back in? Because that would really be something to see one of these objects, instead of going right out of the screen, stop halfway, and then turn around and go back in. So that's what we have here. And if you can't see it yet, I'm going to point it out. It's actually happening up here in this one right there. It stops, turns around, goes back in. So if you tilt your head to the left to match this angle right here, tilt your head to the left so you can see this thing coming across horizontally. And you'll see it comes out, stops right about there, turns and does like a small J maneuver and goes back in. Can you guys see that? In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm talking about here, because this is pretty significant. And, you know, this defies all the physics and everything right here. I dare any solar reporter or solar, scientist to explain this. Because this, coming out, stopping right here, and then turning and going back in, defies all the physics. And that's clearly what's going on there. It's a little faint, but you can see it drop down and then go back in. Yeah, forgot his keys. That's funny. Welcome, folks. Thanks for coming by and dropping into the chat there. Hi, Kale. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it on this for a while because this is a really significant event. I mean, it's something for one of these things to go out and out of frame. That's like what we're used to seeing. But this one comes out, stops, and then turns around and goes right back in, defying everything that we've known. So then there's more going on in this too. I don't know if you saw it yet, but we have another object coming out right here. And the shape of that object sure looks like a UFO or a disc shape. And we'll go frame by frame through that one. This one we can't really go frame by frame through because you can't really see it. It's the motion that gives it away there. Yeah, okay, so now we're going to zoom back out. We'll go do some frame by frame work here. Maybe on both of them. So let's slide this down so we get everything in there. So, boom. Now we'll back up just a little bit for this top one right here. Let's see. Here's where our CME is starting, right here. The instrument's reacting to it. As it progresses forward, it goes out. There seems to be something in there that goes out with it. But the object we're talking about is right here. And then as it emerges, you can see it's a nice black little round object right there. Maybe I'll zoom in on this for you so you can see it a little closer. That there is a small round black object right there. So, and then we're going to go forward some more. It comes out and it stops about right here. Then you can't see it anymore, but as it progresses, it drops back down and loops and goes back in here. So that one was kind of hard to see frame by frame. And then we got something else squirting out down here. So, but it will go frame by frame through this one here in the middle here, because this object is pretty defined. Oh, come on, where is it? All right, there's the beginning of it. Boom. Appears there was something right in there too. And then this one. Here's our object right here, a disc-shaped object. and plasma comes out and streaks over it faster than it's going out. Right there maybe gives a little bit of definition of the shape of this object right there. And this one, the second one, emerges right when this one makes its U-turn. So this one comes out first, starts to make its U-turn as this one comes out, and then it turns around and goes back in. So let's put this back into motion. It's the motion that kind of gives it away. I'm going to scoot it back down so you get a better view of this top one. And like I said, it's if you tilt your head to the left to make this line look, straight across, tilt your head 45 degrees to the left and you can see it a lot better. Now there's eruptions on the sun. There's these plasma arches that reach off the surface of the sun and explode, and then some of the material comes back down. But that's right at the surface of the sun. I mean, that would be within the thickness of this white line. This is happening way, way out here. So that's not just a normal plasma loop that, broke and snapped and returned. That is way, way out here. And I was watching this white spike right here because these have a tendency to point at these incoming objects. And I saw this white spike and the intensity of this white spike, and I was wondering what was going to happen in that area. And lo and behold, this is what happened. We got a U-turn right there. A guy come out, forgot his keys, and turned around and went back in. So that's a pretty big idea, pretty big deal right there. And then we got what appears to look like some other little object right here squirting out the bottom. So there's multiple objects. It's easier to describe this. This is possibly a UFO because we got a disc-shaped object leaving here. This is probably UFO come out, turn around, and go back in. So not only are we having these planetoid type objects, it looks like we're having UFO activity or whatever this is. It's, a UFO would explain it a lot easier than anything else because that's defying all the physics. It's a little round object, comes out, stops, turns around, and goes back in. And that's what I've been wondering, are we ever going to see that on this? Wouldn't it be something if one of these objects, we always see them streak by and go out of frame. It's never we've seen one just kind of stop midway and turn around and go back in. That's something. That's really something right there. That's a very significant event right there. And I was a little surprised to see it tonight when I was looking through this going, oh my gosh, what I was wondering actually came true and happened. And now we're catching these objects, multiple objects. Now they're coming out and turning around and going back in as well. I saw this inflow that, we've been reporting on and stuff. I thought, stuff going in, stuff coming out. When are we going to see something come out halfway and turn around and go back in? That would be real evidence. That'd be some real proof or something right there. And lo and behold, it's happened. And just for the sake of this video, we're going to zoom in one more time on this event so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Tilt your head to the left. Yep. And comes out, stops, turns around, and goes back in. Wow. Wow. Every time it's just something new and it just something amazing. It just baffles me every time. We got things turning around. We got all sorts of different effects happening. I thought we'd seen it all, and then something else happens, So this one was pretty significant, and I wanted to bring it to you guys because I think, this is something I've been postulating and wondering if it's possible, if it would happen or whatever, and now it has. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to bring that to you real quick, and I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next video, bye.